Hey, it's a battle. So yeah, I got a battle against Metal Slug X, and yeah, it's basically Metal Slug 2, but it's enhanced. So yeah, battle here against XSkwareStickIt. He leads with a ship wrasse, which is just like I don't even know. It's supposed to be a ship thing, I guess. So he icy wins, and my cow gets all cold and whatnot. Can't remember what species it is because it's actually a sheep, but don't let it know that. So I use Toxic on the incoming Kecleon, which is apparently constantly getting toxicked, and it swaps skills with me, and I'm like, cool, I want to show you some tricks too, so I set up a Reflect. So as he's eating his leftovers and getting poisoned by the Chinese food that I gave him, because I'm a Chinese cow thing, I go out to I won't hatch because I've got a bunch of eggs and I won't hatch. So he fire punches my incoming palm tree, and the palm tree somehow takes it pretty well, and then eats some leftovers because that's just what palm trees do. So now that his constant is constantly getting damage, I set up a sub because I want to show off my ships too. So he fire punches my sub, and the sub doesn't break because it's a sub. I mean, come on, if it broke to fire, that'd be kind of redundant. So he keeps getting hurt by his constant poison damage, and I decide to throw some seeds at him, and they luckily plant into his skin somehow, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So he keeps going for this fire punch to break my sub, and he finally does break my sub, which makes me go, dude, I paid a lot for that sub. That's just not fair. So I keep getting leftovers and stuff back, and I'm getting up pretty high in health, and I'm just not getting too overconfident here. So now I'm figuring he'll probably go into his Glaceon, because Glaceon's like the thing that he goes into all the time. So my reflect goes away, so I can no longer reflect upon myself as he shoots some beams of ice at me with its base 95 attack power. Woo! So I go for a psychic, and it almost kills this apparently cute thing. And I keep getting my leftovers because I want my eggs to hatch, and you have to have leftover parts to make my eggs hatch. So he gets into a sub of his own, and I'm like, no, I cannot let you have the sub. So I use my psychic powers and bash the sub against the ground, and then the Glaceon gets scared and eats a Salic Berry to make it faster. So he goes for Ice Beam, and I was thinking maybe since I'm specially defensive and full HP and whatnot that I might live, but of course I'm overconfident, and I'm underestimating the base 130 special attack stab moves of Glaceon. So now I go out to Float's Tail and Aqua Jet and kill it. Fricky ass Meryl. So he goes out to Shadow Stabber because he wants to get revenge on me. And I decide to switch out because I figure he's probably not going to want to roost. And he goes for a superpower, and I'm like, okay, that's fine by me. I don't care. So he superpowers, and I know he's probably not going to stay in because Gligar is just incredibly bulky. So I decide to just Swords Dance because I figure I have a free opportunity to do so here. And he goes out to his ship wrasse, and I was just thinking, yep, he's going to use Icy Wind, I just know it. So I go to my Master Typist because, he's got those nice fingers and whatnot, and just Primeape, get him to type your papers for you and whatnot. So my speed falls, and I'm still faster, and I go for a Seed Bomb and kill it off because, Master Typists are just pros with Seed Bombs. I mean, that's what they do. They bomb seeds all day while they type at 90 words per minute and more. So I get hurt with my Life Orb because Scarf Primeape kind of sucks. So I Ice Punch the incoming Backstabber because he has to stab people in the back and in the shadows. So I guess it's kind of redundant, but it works for him, I suppose. And then he brings out his Shadow Stabber now, and he intimidates my Master Typist because Shadow Stabber is apparently a good typist. And then he Thunderfangs me and I die because I cannot take the electricity from the shorting out keyboard. So now I decide to not roost because, why should I roost? There's no point. So I decide to get up in agility because I know he's probably going to switch. I don't see why you'd keep a choice scarfed Pokemon in on a Pokemon. Yeah. And then he seeds me because I don't really care because I like seeds. Seeds are nice and cool and they taste pretty good depending on what kind of seed it is. So I Aerial Ace just to see how much damage it will do, and I'm actually surprised how much it does because I have 0 attack EVs, and since his Tropius is apparently physical, and he Energy Balls me for minimum damage, and then he gets more Leech Seed, and I get some more leftovers, and my Gligar is just standing there going, hey, what's up, guys? So now my Gligar decides to pass the baton out to something else as he decides to try and stab me, but I have hyper cutters, so I cannot be lowered of attack. So now I go out to Where's My Geese, because, you know, I like Zangoose, it's cool, but it's not a Zangoose, it's a Seviper. So Seviper comes out and he's like, Arbok sucks, even though we're in the same tier, and Arbok evolves from me. So I Earthquake because I just want to get a consistent hit on something, and his Kecleon dies. So his constant changed into death. So now he goes back out to his Shadow Stabber to get an Intimidate on me, but it doesn't really matter because I'm just going to kill it off with a +1 Earthquake. So my geese, I can't find them. They're just everywhere else, but they're not around me for some reason because I'm a giant snake and mongooses and snakes, even though mongooses eat snakes, but whatever. So now he brings out his na neck, and I just keep going for Sludge Bomb and whatnot, and then I kill it off. So yeah, good game, XSquareStickIt. Sludge Bomb! Okay. None of any references and references.